Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. It's really good to see you again. Thanks for watching my videos. And don't forget, if you want to get the latest videos, latest updates, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. I've planned in this installment to talk about the concept of joy and what it really means. I got a couple of questions about joy and how it was different from happiness and what I really meant by joy. And I was really excited to talk about it as well. But as Helmut van Moltke said, no plan survives contact with the enemy. Or maybe you've heard Iron Mike's version of this, which goes something like, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. You see, I decided to talk about something else based on some feedback I got from a friend of mine. He reached out to me and said, hey man, in your second career, that's pretty interesting in and of its own, that I'd make a great senior HR executive. And I was totally flattered by that, but it reminded me of a conversation that I had had with a technology executive a few years ago, where we were discussing technology and organizations and things like that. And at the very end, he said to me, hey man, I think you'd be great in organizational development, OD, or HR. Have you considered those? And, on remembering that previous conversation, it occurred to me that we still have people who largely think that passion for people is a domain of HR. So if you're in marketing or sales or product or technology, you're supposed to tamper down, or make sure that you temper, your passion for people, because that's not really what you're supposed to be focused on. Now, let me just set the record straight. I'm a product technology guy. I love technology. I love working with teams who use technology to solve problems for people, who create solutions. That's what I love to do. It's what I intend to continue to do. I have no immediate intentions or desires to go into the HR field, even though I have a tremendous respect for the people who work in that field, because they do great work. But I am bothered by this notion that passion for people should reside with them and nowhere else. It reminds me, or it takes me back to the thinking that probably existed at the beginning of the 20th century and persisted for a long time, and even persists till today. And we'll explore this in future videos. This Tayloristic thinking, or Theory X thinking, that basically says, the goal of the organization, for all intents and purposes, is to find ways to extract the most out of its people or resources, right, towards the organizational goals. But because we don't want to cross any lines or do anything wrong, we'll establish this group called human resources and all that comes with it, to ensure that we do things the right way, that we stay within the legal limits, and throw a bone here or there to ensure that people remain with our organization. While this might have worked for a long time, it simply doesn't work today. And it actually gets in the way of what I think leadership is about. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if you're in a position of assigned leadership, that is, in your organization, people have said to you, you are a leader, we are making you a leader, and you are not passionate about people, then I think you're failing at leadership. I really think you are. Or at best, you're a transactional leader. And if you don't know what transactional leadership is all about, I encourage you to continue to watch these videos, because you will learn about it as we talk about the different types of leadership. But you failed as a leader if you're not passionate about people, right? And if you just see people as a means towards an end. And even if you're not in an assigned leadership position, I still think, as a good team member, as a good follower, as a good partner in an organization, we should all be concerned about the welfare of our co-workers, our friends, our team members, and how we're all collectively evolving and growing as a group. This is something we should all be passionate about. This is something that should be a concern for each one of us as we move forward. And so I'm just going to encourage us to get past this whole idea that passion for people is a responsibility of HR. It's the thing that they should be cared about, or primarily cared about. And think about it this way. that passion for people is something that anyone who is interested in improving the workplace and improving society should be concerned about and should be focused on. So thanks again for listening to this. It's good to have you. Don't forget, if you want to keep up with all this content, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.